What is up, Facebook fam, YouTube fam, friend fam, fam? This is Solomon Cook with Cookie a la carte, also known as your boy Solo C on PS4 and Xbox. Call me what you want, just don't call me during the Chiefs game. Alright, so today what we're going to be talking about is surviving ROM. What is ROM? ROM is restriction of movement. It is what you do in the current COVID environment prior to a deployment. You basically go somewhere, you sit there for an extended period of time to make sure you don't have COVID, and then you walk out the door. Additionally, with doing this video, I'm also using a new piece of software to put this video together, so it's not my usual production that I put together, but I'll be testing this out, and if it works well, I might do a review on it later on. I'm currently using, I think, Vimeo video editor or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's some type of Vimeo thing that you can use from your phone. It has a 7-day free trial, and then from there I believe it's $11.99 a month. So I'll be making this video, testing it out, and then probably canceling it before the subscription charges me the $11. But I'll probably end up getting it again if I feel so inclined to make another video during my deployment, and probably be doing a little review on it later on. I believe this is the first time I've actually spoken about what it is I do in my day job. I am in the military, I'm in the Air Force. I've been in for some years, and I'm currently getting ready for my first deployment. I'm currently at a place, and I'll be going to another place at some time. You might be wondering, why are you being cagey? Why are you not telling us what you're doing? Well, that's because of operational security. If you ever plan on making a video about military stuff, make sure you watch out for your OPSEC, operational security. Don't say anything that could put yourself, your comrades, or your family's lives in danger by saying locations, movements, etc., etc. So just make sure you keep it on the hush. And any good video talking about military stuff would not be complete without the disclaimer of the things in which I am about to be talking about are of my own opinion. I do not speak for the military as a whole or the Air Force. All of the things in which I'll be speaking about are just from my own personal experience of the thing in which I'm going through currently. So you've knocked out all the stuff that you need to do at your home station. You've gotten your gear, you've gotten your orders, gotten your ticket, know when you're going to leave, and you're saying, what's ROM like? ROM, it's actually not too bad. It varies from place to place, depending on where you're going to end up and where you're going to be staying prior to leaving. You get on that plane and you go somewhere. One thing I would definitely advise is to find your reporting instructions. They can be found through the Air Force portal, and then you go to AEF. And from there, you navigate that site that's kind of complicated to comprehend, and then you find you're specifically where you're going to be going, and then you just print out all that information that they have. In that printout, they'll tell you like when you need to show up by, things to bring, things to not bring, kind of like a general overview of what you can expect during your stay. It's pretty straightforward. Some of the things are basically verbatim for the reporting instructions. Some things are kind of like, they move things around slightly once you arrive. So why is it important to read your reporting instructions? Well, you know what you can have and you know what you can have. And then also you can know the place that you are going, what they'll have and what they will not have. One of the things that the place at which I am at, they don't have coffee. And I need that to get my motor running in the morning, regardless of whether I'm going to work or just hanging out in a room. Without coffee, I am absolutely useless. So, with that information, you can, get yourself a bag of coffee, make sure you bring yourself some detergent to do your laundry. Because, it's usual setup, kind of like in the dorms. There's various washers and dryers on each floor. A limited amount, so make sure you get in there and get good and do your laundry. In my reporting instructions, it told me that I could basically not expect a meal from the time I arrive until the following day, because we're getting travel per diem. So they tell you to bring some non-perishable items. So like bring that just in case. Luckily, when I got here, there was a food truck that was outside, so I was able to get something to eat before I went to sleep. So once you get off the plane and get to wherever it is you're going that you're doing ROM, you'll go through an in-processing session, which would be, you bring your Warrior wallet or your deployment mobility folder, whatever it is you want to call it. You'll be giving them various pieces of information. They'll be signing you off, checking you in, and then from there you'll be going into wherever it is you're going to be spending your time. The place that I'm at, it's very dormish. You've got various rooms. You got your smoke deck, you got a workout area, you got laundry rooms and stuff like that. It's pretty bare bones, nothing fancy. It does come with a TV, so that's pretty nice. And it has an AC unit. At least here you can vary it by about 4 degrees. Additionally, there was a small BX basically in between where I in-processed as well as where I'm staying. So we were able to make a quick BX run after in-processing. That's another thing that you gotta watch out for, is like when you in-process, when that BX is closed, that BX is closed. And they could let you go the next day, or it could be a week from then, or it's just basically whenever the cadre tells you, you can go out there and buy some items. I guess I'll go ahead and start off with the things in which I'm glad that I brought everything on my list of required items. Primarily the things in my 72-hour bag. I would suggest getting your 72-hour bag and converting it to like a 96-hour bag, or just enough clothes to get yourself by for at least 4 or 5 days, because dealing with the airlines, your stuff might get lost or delayed in transit. Another thing that I am glad that I brought with me is my notebook. I've basically just been kind of doing some journaling. Just as I'm sitting in here, I write what it is I'm doing, what I'm thinking about, my thoughts on what's going on in the world, what I plan on doing the next day or next couple of days, or whenever I get to my actual deployment. So it's nice to just kind of write stuff down. On top of that, it's just kind of chronicling. It's my first deployment, like I said before, so I thought it would be nice to write down my thoughts while I'm getting ready for and while I'm on my deployment. So I plan on writing at least something every day, just for historical purposes. One day I'm going to have a kid, they're going to ask me, hey, what's it like being in the military? What's it like to go on a deployment? And, that's going to be years from now by the time they ask. So with that, I can either pull out my handy dandy notebook and read through some stuff, or I can just hand it to them and say, hey, give it a read. These are my thoughts that I had while I was deployed. So it could be an educational tool as well. One of the things that I am very glad that I brought is my handy dandy Nintendo Switch. It has helped me pass some time while I'm just waiting until I can go outside next. Some people are bringing PS4s, Xboxes, PCs, well, not PCs, but like gaming laptops and stuff like that. For me, I just thought that bringing that, it's too clunky, it's too much weight, so I really didn't think to bring it. Also, with bringing a console or gaming laptop, basically a paperweight if you don't have things already downloaded on it, because at least where I am, the internet is a complete and total abomination. A little later in the video, I'll clue you in on some pro tips on if you need to quick download a game, or not quick download it, but more quickly download it than what you would be if you're just using wherever you're staying's Wi-Fi. All right, stop what you're doing. Actually, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, because this Vimeo thing that I'm using only lets me make videos that are no longer than 10 minutes. Ran a bit long, I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm getting my notes together for my review of this product. So far, not really. Well, see part 2 coming up shortly.